Have you ever noticed how in movies, pilots and soldiers never say okay or got it?
Instead, they always use one crisp, confident word, Roger, or sometimes, Roger that. It sounds incredibly professional, almost cinematic, but it also feels strangely specific. Why Roger? Who is this Roger? And why do we call his name to acknowledge messages? If you have ever wondered why professionals use this word instead of copy or understood, you are about to uncover a fascinating piece of history hidden inside everyday communication. And trust me, the story goes way deeper than just simple military radio slang. Let's explore this mystery right here. To understand Roger, we must travel back to the early days of radio communication. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, radio technology was still very unreliable. Signals were weak, static was constant, and voices often got distorted or completely lost. Saying long sentences like, "I understand your message clearly," was highly risky. Because of the poor connection, half of the words could easily vanish into static. So, early radio operators desperately needed something short, sharp, and completely unmistakable. A single syllable was perfect to ensure the message was received without any confusion. And that is exactly where the letter R came into the picture. In Morse code and early telegraphy, the letter R stood for received. It was a quick shorthand way to say, "I have got your message." It was highly efficient, fast, and left absolutely no room for misunderstanding. But as technology advanced, voice radio began to replace traditional Morse code. And that is where the communication system faced a brand new challenge. Simply saying the letter R over a crackly radio speaker was not clear enough. Over noisy channels, the sound of R could easily be mistaken for A, O, or I. Communicators needed a foolproof way to pronounce letters so they could never be misheard. This critical need led directly to the creation of the first phonetic alphabets. These were systems where every single letter was assigned a distinct, easily recognizable word. Before the modern phonetic alphabet we use today, there were several earlier versions. In the aviation and military worlds, different phonetic systems were used over time. And at that time, the designated word for the letter R was not Romeo. In the Joint Army-Navy phonetic alphabet of the 1940s, R was Roger. So when an operator said Roger, they were literally just pronouncing the letter R. And as we know, the letter R stood for received, meaning the message was got. There was no mysterious person named Roger. It was just pure radio efficiency. During World War II, the use of this term absolutely exploded worldwide. Military radio chatter had to be lightning fast because every single second mattered. Pilots in combat could not waste precious time saying long, polite phrases. Instead, they would simply say Roger to confirm they heard the command. It was one short word, perfectly clear, and the job was done instantly. The term quickly became standard across air forces, navies, and ground troops. Soon, it evolved into much more than just a simple acknowledgement of receipt. It became a powerful symbol of military professionalism, discipline, and training. Saying Roger meant you were precise, trained, and strictly following protocol. Because the Allied forces used it so widely, the habit stuck after the war. Even when peace returned, the word remained deeply embedded in aviation culture. Later, the International Phonetic Alphabet was updated to the NATO standard we know today. Under this new system, the official word for the letter R became Romeo. But by that time, Roger was already too deeply rooted to be replaced. Pilots, operators, and soldiers kept using Roger out of pure habit and tradition. And practical traditions like this have a very strong tendency to survive. Now, you might wonder, why not just say copy or understood instead? Well, there is actually a very subtle but important difference between them. Roger strictly means, I have received your message, but not necessarily I agree. Copy, on the other hand, means you have written or recorded the information. And understood implies that you fully comprehend the meaning of the message. In high-stakes environments like combat or aviation, these precise distinctions can save lives. Miscommunication can easily lead to disasters, so standardized words are absolutely vital. Then there is the common phrase "Roger that," which is technically redundant. It is like saying "perceived that received." But language evolves socially, not logically. People naturally added that for extra emphasis, clarity, and a confident tone. Hollywood movies and television shows helped popularize the phrase even further. Today, people use Roger that jokingly at work or in casual text messages. It is a linguistic fossil, a tiny word born from static that survived history.